apology from Shapovalov. Recently got married, went to Greece, married fellow pro Miriam Bjorklund, now Shapovalova.
Did Denis's first round match, and he hit quite a few shanks in that match as well, and he's in this habit at the moment of lifting up, not keeping his head as still as he should, and when you hit with a lot of topspin, that's a major prerequisite.
Oh. 15-30.
Cilic enjoyed a mighty win against Daniel Altmaier of Germany. 6-love, 6-love, 7-6 in the opening round. Not really used to Cilic producing those sorts of scorelines anymore, so it was good to see from the 37-year-old. Imperious form. Enthralling rally and 2 break points
15-40
for the Canadian.
$30-40.
Shapovalov, his opening round, as you mentioned, Jeff, he defeated Bu Yunxiaokete, the Australian Open Asia Pacific wildcard winner back in Chengdu. And he won that 6-3, 7-6, 6-1, so quite convincing over an informed Bu.
Dios.
Second break point saved. That off forehand for Cilic doing more damage, and that has done so much attacking over the last 19 years. His first Australian Open back in 2007. One of just 4 players left in this draw that played on the green rebound ace.
Advantage in Cilic.
Already ticking above 5.5 minutes for this first game.
Hasn't found a good rhythm on his first serve yet. Cilic, 2 of 7 first serves only.
Does get one in the end there. Holds. Save two break points. But this is what we alluded to before the match started. It's breezy, it's swirly, and it could affect the ball toss of Cilic.
Yeah, I did a match earlier today with Hubert Hurkacz and Ethan Quinn, and Hurkacz has a high ball toss, and his first serve percentage was much lower today than it normally is, and I'm sure it was affected by the breeze. His opponent, Ethan Quinn, who got up and had a win, served exceptionally well, and his toss was much lower. His ball was hardly dropping before he hit it, so perfect conditions for those who have a slightly lower toss today, and we will see how that impacts Cilic. But again, fortunately, it's not quite as windy as it was earlier today, so it may be just dissipating a little bit further as we get into the early evening. Oh, there's still a good shot of the breeze high above, but down here on centre court, it's a bit more protected, so not quite as desperate as what we saw there.
Oh.
You and I called Hubie Hurkacz the other night, and he was serving exceptionally well, so it must have been fairly windy. He seemed like he had a really good rhythm on ANZ Arena, but the blustery conditions were nowhere near what they are today. Oh, that's a wondrous pass. It's been a shot he's been hitting for a very long time, Marin Cilic.
Good jamming serve. Approach shot not wide enough, not deep enough, and that's easy pickings for a man of Cilic's capabilities.
Please.
Shapovalov enjoyed one of the best years of his career last year, winning the Dallas title, his first ATP 500 event, and backed it up in Los Cabos. Beat Casper Ruud in Dallas and Alexander Kovacevic in the Los Cabos final.
Oh. 15-40.
After saving 2 break points of his own in the first game, Cilic now has 2 for himself. Break. Thanks to that brilliant off forehand of Marin Cilic. He's got a 2-love lead. Had a bit of a sort of a late career renaissance, Marin Cilic, in 2022 when he made the Roland Garros semi-finals, lost to Casper Ruud despite being a setup. That would have, had he won that, completed the set of all 4 major finals, but then had a knee injury that kept him out of all of 2023. Became the lowest ranked title winner when he did win his most recent in Hangzhou. Was down in 777th position in the world rankings.
Doesn't take long to drop off the radar, does it? You get out injured for a while, and It's a hard road back. You have a protected ranking for a little while, but you've got just a limited time to get enough wins on the board with a protected ranking to start climbing back up again. Not easy, particularly as you get a little older. And Marin, it's not a teenager anymore.
Testament to the longevity of Cilic's career. His first Grand Slam quarterfinal was at the 2009 US Open. That's what, 17 or 16 and a half years ago now. 2010 semi-final here.
Serving and volleying has not been a major part of his repertoire over his career. He's keener to put in the big serve and then look to hunt for the forehand.
Both players, Jeff, went unbroken in their opening round match and not seeming to struggle so far on serve.
Yeah, it's a bit of tension as well. Both recognise the quality that the other brings to the table. That topspin backhand that was hit with so much shape and hit so short in the court. It'll be this next one here. Look how short in the court it is, and it takes Cilic so far out of court. He had no recovery. We have a lot of stats, and the break right back stat from Gig says that top 100 do it 17% of the time. Shapovalov does it 22% of the time. We'll see if he does indeed break here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this one is going to be enthralling. Cilic leads 2-1 opening set.
Well, we mentioned at the outset they have played on 5 occasions, and the last one a fair while ago, but there's still some history there. You know, the players remember what's transpired, who they've beaten, who they've lost to, how close they were, what happened on the day. So there's some tension, no question about it, out here on court. And we've got one of the refs having a chat to Marin because he goes very close to exceeding the time limit on serve. And I suggest that might be what the conversation's about.
we have seen over the years, Cilic has been hit with a few time violations. He does bounce the ball an awful lot.
Time.
Denis Shapovalov breaks right back on serve.
Love 15.
I think Denis is going to change his racket. He's not happy with the tension, perhaps.
Players these days carry an abundance of them. How many do you have in your racket bag?
About 3.
3?
That's about a third of what most of them carry now. Because they change their rackets now at every ball change. And in a long 5-set match, that will happen many, many times.
Thank you.
Indicating there, Shapovalov, that the ball's swirling around. The other issue is it's much cooler today, Val, than we've had, and so that makes conditions a little bit heavier, a little bit slower, and that will affect what the players like as far as their wrist-strings tension is concerned. Normally when it's a bit heavier like this, they like the wrist string just a little looser. And it's not heavy, but it's just heavier than it's been.
Top of 19, top of 20 today.
Yeah, we've had other days it's been around 29, 30, hasn't it? So,
yep.
And it's been very, very lively. Not nearly as lively today.
The only real anomaly we had was that downpour last night. Came out of nowhere. And Cilic breaks the love. 3 breaks of serve in the opening 4 games.
Just for me, that last shot of Shapovalov was indicative of what's been his undoing. I mean, he's down a break point, and he's got a low ball. He's tried to go down the line over the highest part of the net, shortest part of the court, redirect on a break point down. And it's, for me, that's not the time to try those sort of shots.
Cilic got that serve away with 8 seconds to go on the count clock.
Yeah, he's been hurried up.
Love 15.
Well, it's very early, but we suggested they might have some problems with the serves because of the breeze. And are they what? 47% first serves in for Cilic, 44 for Shapovalov. They'd like to be up 65 to 70.
4 double faults combined already, 2 each.
Oh.
Denis standing very deep to take this serve.
It's not something that we've noticed too much over the years. Shapovalov standing that deep in the court, likes to attack. Well beyond the Melbourne sign.
15-30.
Neither player really found his rhythm yet. 11 unforced errors from Shapovalov and 7 from Cilic. And we haven't been on court for that long.
Shaking his head,
30-all.
getting frustrated out there.
Well, it was quite a big miss. He was pushed deep, and surely he was trying to hit the ball back high and deep, but it didn't even clear the net, so he's definitely out of sorts.
A registered weapon, the forehand of Marin Cilic.
Yeah, especially that inside-out forehand. He loves this shot, always hunts for the forehand at the third shot.
You know it's coming when you see that big backswing. Nothing you can do. Cilic was sitting outside the top 100 to start 2025. Ended up winning the Girona and Nottingham challenges before getting to the 4th round of Wimbledon. So back inside the top 100. Direct entry, currently sitting at number 70 in the world.
Advantage, Shapovalov.
He's a player, Jeff, that thrives on energy. The man on screen, Shapovalov, he loves to try and pump himself up. You often hear he's very vocal on court.
He's a very fast twitch type of guy, Denis.
Use.
If you give this man Cilic an opportunity and time to set himself for that forehand and go inside out, look at those little adjustment steps. That's excellent. He's 37 years of age, but nothing wrong with those little adjustment steps that makes you just get in the position that allows you to hit the ball you really want.
Advantage, Cilic.
Walks up to the heaven, Shapovalov, and says, what am I doing? Another unforced error. That's number 12 now.
Again, Cilic.
An important hole for Marin Cilic, who goes ahead 4 games to 1 in this first set.
He's just a little too erratic at the moment, Denis Shapovalov. He's been brilliant once or twice, but some of the bread and butter neutral balls that need to be made, he's making just a few too many errors, so we need to get a little more consistent.
Cilic asking for some drinks to be brought out on court.
Probably a special mixture that he's got there that he's running low on there. Here it comes, a special mixture coming from his team.
Cilic coached by Willem Visak.
Time.
Shapovalov and Mikhail Tillström was coached by his mother Tessa for many years.
So a few coaches, Denis, hasn't he?
Was he working with Mikhail Yuzhny? Brief period.
Don't recall, but he's had a few.
Fifteen love.
Really important game for the Canadian to just get himself back on track.
On.
That's better.
He's got a lot of options on that serve. That was a top spin serve, jumping out to the right-hander's forehand. It's the one we right-handers probably enjoy less than the slice serve. Mind you, that's not too bad, is it?
And being a lefty as well, that slider out to the backhand of a right-hander is never easy for the right-hander to combat.
Yeah, he's got all shapes of serve, Denis.
Oh. Game, Shapovalov.
Another kick up for Shapovalov.
4 games to do.
Important game to hold. The Canadian burst onto the scene in 2017. He was a junior Wimbledon champion, but made a run to the Canadian Masters semi-final, beat Rafa, who was #1 at the time, sleeping in Felix Auger-Aliassime's basement throughout that tournament in Montreal, and actually ripped a poster of Nadal off the wall because he knew he was going to be playing him. Look at the crowds at Melbourne Park, lines to get in here.
Now.
This man on screen, another one of those sort of unlucky players that was, in his prime during the era of the Big Four, but was one of the very rare few that was able to break through and win a major.
On.
the power game back in his prime, and still now probably, to be able to hit a big four and stand Wawrinka off the court. Did so on many occasions.
Fifteen 30.
That's a miss that inwardly Shapovalov would rightly be super annoyed about. 15-30, the serve's just in his slot. Second serve, unforced error. It's been a really mixed bag so far, hasn't it? We've seen a few rallies just like that last one, where there was good ball striking, good probing, and then ultimately the error came. But it's surprising how many break points we've seen come and go. There's been breaks, breakbacks. Is there going to be another?
Sure is. Shapovalov gets things back on serve with yet another break of serve in this weird opening set. It's 4 games to 3 in favour of Cilic. Well, Jeff, neither were broken across their straight sets victories in round 1. Both twice already.
Yeah, you said the word weird, and it's probably apt. It's unusual that neither one have really found their groove. There's a little tension, there's a bit of breeze, and it's been rather an erratic beginning from both of them. Their first serve percentages are poor. 43% first serves in for Marin Cilic. It's extremely low, winning 29% of points on the second serve. Shapovalov a little better with the first serve, 57, only winning 33% of points off the second serve. So neither one have found their groove. Conditions are playing some part in that. At some stage, one of these players just has to get into a mode of consistency.
Who will that be? Some Canadian fans enjoying the day out. We've seen some Croatians as well in the traditional red and white checkers.
Time.
And the crowds just keep getting bigger and bigger at Melbourne Park. You've got plenty of food varieties. What have you been hitting up while you've been here, Jeff?
Pretty boring, you know, some sandwiches and nothing outrageous, because you've got to prepare. The queues, as you mentioned, are quite long, so we can't wait if we've got to run into a match.
Exactly. Well, we're pretty lucky. We get to skip the queues in the media cafe.
Yes, very fortunate.
Love 15.
It's 6 double faults between the two of them.
It's really quite bemusing.
See, there are the leaves blowing in the wind. It's not the easiest out there today.
They're both doing a pretty good job, really, in keeping their emotions under check, because they know they're not playing with any degree of consistency. They're frustrated, but they're not showing it, which is, again, really important. You mustn't show to your opponent that you're concerned about anything, and they're both doing a good job in that regard.
You can see he's just trying to pump himself up. Shapovalov trying to find something, that extra gear which we've grown accustomed to seeing over the years.
Generally looking for the least fluffed up balls, so he can get just a little extra speed through the court.
.40.
Another break point opportunity for Cilic.
Yes. Advantage is Shapovalov.
Big kick serve there, jumping up and away from Cilic. Only 153 k's an hour, but wicked bite on the court, just pushing Cilic out of his comfort strike zone.
Use. Advantage Shapovalov.
Popular man, Denis Shapovalov. Followed wherever he goes. That trademark flick of the ball between his legs and onto the toss. And he is fired up. Another game lasting longer than 5 minutes. But Shapovalov holds for the second time in this match and levels things up. Exquisite volley from Cilic.
59.
Yeah, he makes it look straightforward. Comes in down the line, covers the line, gets down nice and low, opens the racket face, and you can see there was virtually no follow through. So he just wanted the ball to be absorbed in the strings, take the pace off it, loosen the grip. Lovely touch.
At the serve. Look it up.
You could watch Cilic hit forehands all day long, couldn't you?
Don't it up.
Yeah, just enough shape and spin to get the ball up and down quickly.
Forty, 15.
Too good. Cilic puts the forehand away. Keeps his serve, leads 5 games to 4 in this first set.
Cilic leads 5 games to 4.
Well, both players starting to find a better groove, a little bit more consistency. And from a coaching perspective, what you'd be suggesting to your player on days when it is a little windy, it's about give yourself a little bit more margin. If your margin is normally looking for a spot on the court about a metre from the lines, today you want to pick 1.5 meters, 2 meters, and let the wind do the job for you. So I think they've probably both come out a little hot as far as trying to get into the game quickly and get on top, and in so doing made quite a few errors, going for a little bit too much. Now they've just pulled back from being so aggressive towards the lines, and it's much more consistent. So good stuff, I think, for the end of this first set.
19 aces for Shapovalov in round 1, 20 for Cilic, and neither of them have hit one yet, showing how difficult it is on serve. And Shapovalov 0 double faults round 1, 4 so far in this first set. Cilic 3 across his first round match against Altmaier, 3 so far. So it's certainly not easy out there. Sometimes it can take you about 45 minutes to an hour to just find your groove on court, as you were alluding to, Jeff.
Well, he'll take that. He's waved an apology because it was a big mishit. He does have this tendency to lift his body up at the moment of impact, Dennis. And that makes contact in the middle of the strings a little bit more problematic.
G15. Oh.
It's amazing how much speed players can generate now from very deep in the court. Cilic then probably 4 meters behind the baseline, still generating enough speed to do damage way at the other end of the court.
Denis, and I think he knows it too.
Yes.
40 love finds himself in a somewhat precarious position.
Shapovalov. Advantage. Cilic.
There's a fifth double fault for Shapovalov. He brings Marin Cilic to set point.
Yeah, that was courageous, given he'd just come off a double fault and he's had a few of them. He had good speed, good spin, and didn't try to go too close to the line, so he was rewarded accordingly.
Cilic.
One thing we can see and hear from Cilic is the terrific footwork. You're hearing those little adjustment steps on the hard court surface. He's moving exceptionally well.
Left for service.
Back to the chair, fist in the air, because he's got the opening set. It was a bizarre one, but it goes the way of the Croatian. 6 games to 4 in 54 minutes.
Well, there wouldn't be too many sets that Marin Cilic has won when he got 46% of first serves in and won 32% of points on his second serve. It was that sort of match. But it doesn't matter. He's got the set. That gives him quite a foothold in this match. So as you look at this summary here, again, the first serve percentage from both of them is very poor. When they went in to Cilic, they're very successful, but again, both of them on the second serve points won. You need to be up around 50%, and they're really struggling, both of them. Plenty of double faults that we spoke of as well. And the unforced error, looking for Shapovalov, 23 unforced errors to 6 winners. You can't expect to win a set with that sort of error rate. And that's been a problem for Denis through a lot of his career. Some great stuff, but too many unforced errors. And without trying to harp on it too much, the fact that he lifts up so much, his head's moving a lot, and that makes it difficult to hit the sweet spot of your racket consistently. And some of those errors, I'm sure, are coming from that habit there. You can see there again, his head was really moving a lot at impact. And on a windy day, that just doubles the problem.
He's jumped off court, Shapovalov, to take a toilet break, so Cilic just standing, keeping himself warm. But he only hit 38 unforced errors across his first round match, and he's already up to 23, Shapovalov. So yes, the conditions, you know, they're not easy, but this is, it was an erratic start from both.
Yeah, you couldn't put it any other way. That's just the reality, and they both know it. And that happens sometime. You just do your best to get through it, find a way of winning. And Cilic did that, and as I said, their temperament, certainly for Cilic, was good. He knew he was struggling, but he didn't, as far as his body language is concerned, he didn't display it. And, so he's been rewarded ultimately with that set. So he'll be delighted, figuring, well, I can't do much worse than that, and I've won a set, so things are looking up.
I think that's why he sprinted back to his chair. Right up.
He's going to practice a few serves while Denis is away. I didn't watch, but I'm assuming he's got the non-match balls. You're not allowed to practice with the match balls.
He's keeping the ball kids honest as well, making sure they don't get a break.
Oh, keeping them warm too. It's cool.
It is cool. Last night was actually really cold around Melbourne Park as well. So tonight I think is supposed to be about 5 degrees cooler.
I'm going back to the Gold Coast. That's it for me.
You
It's
done?
too cold.
You done? Saturday's going to be 40.
Ah, now we're talking.
It's a drier heat here too, so not too humid, which is always nice for us Victorians. But yeah, it was an interesting set of tennis, and I think Shapovalov, there's a lot to improve on for him as well. As we have a look at Melbourne Park, look at all the people in between ANZ Arena and Margaret Court making their way up here. There's plenty to do and see. You've got the whole the kids zone up along Birrarung Ma. Had a look at that for the first time yesterday. There's so much there. I didn't realise how big it was.
Well, there's plenty to do. As I said, the kids are catered for, the adults are catered for. There's plenty of places to sit down and enjoy what's on display on the big screens.
Time.
Saw a lady last
Second
night
set.
galloping around with trying to dance to Pink Pony Club. It was they're having fun here. They are having fun. It was. Yeah, I'm sure her head will be a lot sorer this morning.
Players are ready.
Marin Cilic serving. His head isn't sore. He's feeling pretty good. Leads by 1 set.
Up.
Started to look a lot more comfortable on serve at the end of that set. Cilic, and we thought Shapovalov was as well, at 40-love up in that last game before things unravelled.
(30-15).
Starting to get a little tricky as well. We've got the wind, but now we've got the shadow coming across the court. So half in sun, half in shade, and that makes it a bit more challenging visually. Ball coming out the shade, sunlight, vice versa. Tough to pick it up.
(40-15).
Can be one of the trickier times to play. We see that on Rod Laver Arena and Margaret Court Arena a lot. Sun engulfing half the court. Excellent start to the second set from Marin Cilic.
First game, second set.
See a lot of Croatia shirts in the crowd. They love this man. He's one of the most popular Croatian tennis players of all time. One of the most successful. Of course, Goran Ivanisevic, Ivo Majoli as well. Ivan Lubicic, not a bad player either.
Absolutely.
15 up.
It's a beautiful action serve that Shapovalov has. Uses all the links in the chain with his serve, the leg drive, upper body rotation.
Love.
So he gets another go at 40 love. Can he get himself on the board?
Well, the return up the middle of the court deep was so effective. It's used a lot these days. The servers just finishing their swing and the ball's back at their feet. It's hard to do anything constructive with it. So it was the return that set up the point for that standard inside-out forehand that he loves.
And second serve.
Oh, that is gorgeous. You could never get tired of watching that. Shapovalov is on the board in this second set. Much needed hold.
Well, his head is really nice and still here. Have a look at his head. It's good and still. And he's nailed this right in the middle. Nice.
Cilic is married to his wife, Christina. Has 2 boys, Baldo and Vito. He's one of 4 boys himself. What a competition at the dinner table, I'm sure. There's Team Cilic watching on. Jubilant with how he's tracking so far despite the erratic first set. He's got it in the bag. Love hold for Cilic. Heads to the sit down, leading 2 games to 1.
Cilic leads 2 games
Second
to 1.
set.
Serving so much better in this set. Marin Cilic, 78% of first serves in this set. And that's making life a lot easier on serve. notwithstanding that, Denis has to make more returns. That's how you build pressure on someone. If you're making returns consistently, a server thinks, okay, I've got to do more. And that's when they tend to overserve and lose their rhythm. So sometimes Denis goes through a game like that last one where he doesn't make one ball into play. And a couple of serves were very good, a couple were average. So it's probably something that Denis hasn't quite been able to grasp in his game, is to have that consistent agree and ability to make those returns and build pressure on the server.
Denis Shapovalov, my quarter-finalist here at Melbourne Park. Down a set. Can you get that serving rhythm?
Love 15.
Shapovalov has been to the third round on 4 previous occasions here at Melbourne Park. Cilic looking to do so for the 11th time in his career.
Oh. Love 13.
Well, he needs to buy a first serve, do anything to get a first serve, Shapovalov. He's at 14% first serves into play. Yes, it's early days in this set, but he's down a set. He's got to get back into it quickly, so he needs to find the rhythm on this first serve. Can't keep giving Cilic looks at a second serve.
Oh. 15-30.
Unless that's that sort of a second serve.
Pretty brave, isn't it?
179 kilometres an hour, second serve ace. That's his first ace of the match, the first ace of the match.
30 on.
And then a good sliding serve into the body. Possibly needs to use that a little bit more. If you're not having a good serving day, if you serve at the body, well, you've got a big safety zone as well.
And it shores up the percentages of first serves as well, because you're not serving as quick.
Yeah, it's like a boxing parlance. You're just hitting someone in the body all the time, and ultimately it starts to hurt if you keep serving at the body effectively. You stop them having a swing, you're getting a high percentage in.
Oh.
It starts making them think about their return positions a little more too. Shapovalov holds. Crowd starting to become more engaged. Hear the slapping of the fence.
15 up. Up. 14 up.
Cilic starting to get through these service games much more easily than the first set. Only dropped to 1 point on serve so far in this second. This is his third service game so far. And it remains at 1. Cilic holds, leads 3 games to 2 second set.
I'm wondering as well if it was discussed with Denis in advance that his opponent today is a sprightly 37 years of age. And the longer it goes, I mean, it will be a fact that, you know, there'll be a diminution of the energy coming from Cilic, and that's probably got to come in the way that you play as an opponent as well. Just try not to give too many free points, try and make them work, etc. And I'm not sure that that's in Denis's mindset. It may be something that it's something he doesn't ever want to do, because he's a very aggressive player by nature, and you don't want to get away from that. But I think it needs to be part of the consideration.
Time.
If he can try and extend these rallies. Marin Cilic winning 3-2 in this second set on serve. He took the first 6 games to 4. Starting to become more and more metronomic on serve. Can Shapovalov do the same? From Cilic.
Definitely as good a point as we've had in this match. Both players playing with margin, working each other over, probing for opportunities, and when he finally has his man wide, the down-the-line redirection from Cilic is a gem. Stepping forward, on balance, beautiful.
It's
getting very aggressive with his second serve now. Shapovalov, 187 kilometres an hour, that second serve. Just hurried Cilic a little.
He's won a few points like that on second serve. Maybe it's worth doing it on the first, like we've spoken about. Unforced error
30.
number 30.
Yeah, that's really been his major Achilles heel here so far, the unforced errors.
It's wonderful from Cilic. We've spoken so much about the forehand, but the backhand just as damaging,
15-40.
especially in this game. 2 break points.
He moves diagonally, cuts the ball off at end range. That is spectacular.
Thirty, 40.
Shapovalov slams the ball into the court.
New balls, please.
And he surrendered the break. Cilic gets to
Cilic,
serve at
4-2.
4-2 with new balls.
An outstanding return of service game there from Marin Cilic. That's a Cilic of old. That backhand that he made from the ad court was the catalyst. And then on the game point, he was resolute, aggressive, but with margin, gave nothing away. And finally, it was Shapovalov who surrendered.
He's firing all cylinders now.
15 up. All. Oh. Thirty 15. Oh. .
15-15.
40-15.
Point now where Cilic doesn't really look like he's going to miss, and you worry every time Shapovalov makes a ground stroke. 31 unforced errors.
Yeah, he's locked in now, Cilic. This is much better than he delivered in the first set. And still the errors from Denis are flying far too frequently.
Oh. $40-30. Oh. Yes.
You spoke before, Jeff, about how Shapovalov had to make an inroad into one of Cilic's service games.
Yeah, he's got to keep just making returns, just build pressure, make Cilic have to go for a little bit more on the serve, and perhaps we saw that then, going for a lot on that second serve on that occasion, Cilic.
Advantage, Cilic.
Excellent first serve, 213. Still hit pretty good speeds at 37. Shouldn't be surprised his compatriot Ivo Karlovic was still hitting mid-220s at 41.
He's got a good action, Marin Cilic as well. Good, again, like Shapovalov, good leg drive, good upper body rotation, really turns his trunk.
Shapovalov boots his racket across the Melbourne sign in disgust.
5 games to 2.
Can't manufacture the break. Cilic leads 5-2, second set.
Well, this is such a better second set from Marin Cilic. All the metrics are up. First serve percentage is much better. When the serve goes in, it's high. Success on the second serve is good. This is what we expect in the first set. So that first set win for Cilic was a bonus, and you can see there the frustration from Shapovalov. And the unforced errors again, just far too high, too many. When he's good, he's very good, but there's just not the consistency. And look at the remonstration he's having with his coaching box.
Time.
Shapovalov fuming, and look, he's made much less unforced errors in this second set than the first. 8 compared to 23, but Cilic has also cleaned his act up. He made 12 unforced errors in the first set, just the 4 in set number 2. So, yes, Shapovalov has made less, but Cilic doesn't look like missing at the moment, which is so impressive. Serving to stay in the set, 5-2 down.
Love 15.
Here are a few Idiemos in the crowd. Marin Cilic.
And I think that's a play that Shapovalov should be
15 all.
using more often, coming forward at opportunities. He's been playing so deep behind the baseline, though, that option hasn't been available. But if you can hug the baseline a little bit more, come forward, rather than stay in these longer rallies where Cilic is having the better of things.
15-30.
They can't even get into these rallies. Cilic is just clubbing winners left, right, and centre now.
Yeah, he's on a roll, isn't he?
5 backhand winners for Cilic as opposed to 4 on the forehand. So both wings equally as devastating for Shapovalov.
Thirty on. Oh. I
think this is key for Shapovalov. Make Cilic serve it out. He couldn't do that in the first set. Got broken from 40 love up. That's what Cilic is going to have to do. The Croatian has it on his racket.
Against the 3.
So impressive to see Marin Cilic back doing this sort of stuff on court. That knee injury in 2023 could have ended his career. 34 years of age. It's not easy to come back from, and that's exactly what he did.
Well,
at this level, that sort of error at this time is really inexcusable. Opponent serving for the set at 2-6-love lead. You've got a second serve. Must make him play.
Easy put away for the Croatian.
Nice high percentage serve, getting his opponent way off court. Doesn't have to overplay the second shot.
Cilic,
14-15.
a former finalist here 8 years ago now, finds himself with 2 set points.
Game.
Lands the serve. A dominant set for Marin Cilic. And he's got a 2 sets to love buffer, wins the second 6-3 in 38 minutes.
Well, that was a lot more like what we'd expect from Cilic playing at his best. He was very solid, so much better than the first set. First serve percentages were up. Unforced errors are very limited. His movement is what's been impressive. And, you know, he's a man, you know, he's 37. That's the reality. And you expect someone of that age to be just a little slower than before, but his movement's excellent. His little shuffling steps to get into position has been on point. As you look at this scoreboard, 62% first serves in, so much better. And of course, when they went in, high success rate, and the points won on second serve for both men, so much better. The unforced errors from Shapovalov, though they were less than the first set, still more than the opponent. So he's got a lot of work to do, Shapovalov, if he's to get back into this match. And he can only hope that maybe Cilic might start to fatigue a little bit, but there's no signs of it as yet.
Nice, moving really well, as you said, and you know, for a bigger guy, it's movement is never your strong suit. But the way that he's moving around the court, Shapovalov hasn't been able to dictate him around at all. And even when he has, Cilic has found something extra from an outstretched position. That was just a glorious piece of tennis. Served beautifully. That 1-2 punch was so effective.
Shapovalov to serve.
Shapovalov getting ready to serve in this third set. He's down 2 sets to love. He's got a lot of work to do.
Now 15.
Six double faults for the match.
Now 30.
Now Shapovalov, I think, can feel the danger. 2 sets to love down. Cilic licking his lips at love 30. Landed on the line.
Now 40.
Hasn't hit a first serve in this game. Shapovalov finds himself 3 break points down.
15-40.
So what happens when you find him, Jeff?
Very, very important 3 points. He lost. He still may lose this opening serve, but he's now a chance. That's wide. It is tricky out there at the moment. The mottled sunlight is difficult.
monumental hold for Denis Shapovalov.
First game, third set.
It really was, because emotionally he was not in a good place. At love 40, telling you, he literally just went up and threw the racket, the ball, almost with no care, and it was an ace. And he gradually, a couple more good serves, thought, oh, well, maybe I can get this game going after all. So amazing. It could just be a moment that we'll remember as a bit of a turning point.
We always see those screenshots on social media when a player comes back and they say, oh, so-and-so won this match. Well, is 4-6, 3-6, love 40. Is that the catalyst for Denis Shapovalov? We'll find out. Yes.
59. Third up.
Well, he's become very miserly with his unforced errors now, Cilic. It's so much of an improvement from the first set, and you can see the frustration still coming from Shapovalov.
G15. Again, Cilic.
Down the line. Continues this serving onslaught, Marin Cilic.
Shapovalov is requesting replay of the call on the right center service line. One game on.
There was a hair in it.
Thank you. Enough. Hold it up.
service game of the match for Denis Shapovalov.
Shapovalov leads by 2 games to 1.
Holds for 2-1 in this third set.
Well, quick service hold such as that will help Denis Shapovalov's disposition. He's got his mind back in gear, focusing better. And on the scoreboard, he's now leading. So he's got to focus on that, saying, okay, forget everything else. Right now, I'm leading in this set. And just keep the energy looking to the next point. Just break the challenge of going best of 5 sets down into small little increments, point by point, game by game. Keep telling yourself, I'm leading. If I can stay leading, I can push this into at least a third and fourth set.
Well, he will believe in himself. Has a lot of self-belief. He's got the flashy game style that can get himself back in any match from any position. He's got to try and negate the Marin Cilic serve, which is looking rock solid. Cain has been so impressive. We often talk about Cilic's forehand and how much damage that has done over the years, but Shapovalov really struggling to deal with the two-hander of Cilic.
Forehand of which Val was speaking, just quickly moves to his left. Inside out forehand, but yes, the backhand line, he rarely overplays. He only plays it when he's in good position, when he's not wide of the singles alley, not too deep, and he just leans on it. So it's an extra string to his bow.
Oh. .30.
It was doing some damage, and it's done a bit of damage for himself into the net. And all of a sudden, a bit of a chance for Denis Shapovalov.
Shapovalov now starting to make more returns. He's being less aggressive, just trying to get more balls in play, putting the test back on Cilic.
A couple of errors for Marin Cilic. And Shapovalov has a breakpoint opportunity. His first since the 7th game of the opening set. See how frustrated he is. He's played a tough game to get to this point, and then another one of those pesky unforced errors.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is the National Day of Mourning. We will now pause for a minute of silence to honor the 15 lives lost and all those impacted by the tragic events at Bondi Beach last month. Thank you.
Lovely minute of silence to pay respects for all of the victims and those affected by those abhorrent attacks in Bondi last month on this National Day of Mourning. How pivotal is this game now, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, he's really focusing Shapovalov on making returns now, which sounds bizarre, but he seemed less inclined to be so locked down in the first couple of sets. Outstanding serving from Cilic. He knows the significance of this moment.
Doesn't bode well for Denis Shapovalov is the fact that when Cilic wins the first 2 sets, he's 111-5. The first 3 of which came in 2016, Federer, Del Potro and Sock. Then Guido Pella, 2018 Wimbledon. Daniil Medvedev of Wimbledon in 2021.
Advantage, Cilic.
Is a gutsy hold from Marin Cilic. Saves a break point. Toughest service game since the first set. Lovely tribute in that game as well on this National Day of Mourning. Tennis Australia and the Australian Open want this to be the most inclusive sport and event in the world. Proud to be #open for all. He didn't realise that it didn't go over the net. He was apologising and then saw, oh, hang on.
Yeah, it elevated as if it was going to then keep going over, but it fell back. He's got to get over the disappointment of that last game. Denis here, he's got no options but to look forward.
Well, it's very easy to do. A lot of players think about now. They had those chances. Cilic being 111-5 when winning the first 2 sets. Shapovalov, when losing the first 2, 1-19. That only win coming at Davis Cup level in 2018 against Robin Haase. Hasn't actually done it at Grand Slam level.
Love 40.
And again, for the second time in this set, Marin Cilic has love 40. Shapovalov can't believe it. Stops, points at the line, but you can't argue with technology. Marin Cilic breaks, leads 3-2 in the 3rd set.
Yeah, you guys can't do anything at all. No, but you guys can't do anything at all. No, it's impossible. You guys can't do anything. What? I know exactly. You guys can't do it, right? I'm agreeing with you. You can't do it. You guys can't do it. Exactly.
Cilic needs 3 games to 2.
So I know he's frustrated, and there is nothing the umpire can do. Couldn't quite get a good look. Let's see here. Well, that was the neck cord.
Well, he's just frustrated, isn't he? And look, you know,
Time.
he's frustrated with the whole situation.
And look, the umpires can't do anything in that situation. He is right, but I think it's frustrating when Cilic has had a couple of balls that have landed right on the line and you're down 2 sets to love. Things start to pile up and you can reach boiling point, and I think that's where Denis Shapovalov finds himself. Not out of it, but he's in a mighty big hole.
Thank you, behind the players. Please try to take your seats quickly. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I think he thought it was a lot closer. Cilic doing such a good job of just focusing on what he has to do, controlling what he can control.
We certainly said at the beginning or early in this match that both of them were out of sync and it wasn't a great first set. But Cilic is the one who's just regrouped well. He's improved. He's found ways of making it happen. Shapovalov, he hasn't. He's remained out of sorts, both game-wise and emotionally.
Leashed on that return. Got himself now to 30 all. At break point in Cilic's last service game.
Well, he's wounded and he's like a wounded animal here. He's going to have a whack at the ball and he's got the skills to really hurt if he connects.
Beware the menacing Denis. If you can get past the serve of Marin Cilic.
40-30.
Yeah, he's been really good finding his spots when he really needs them.
Shank's backhand.
New balls, please.
Gives Cilic the consolidation. His team is up. This has been a vintage Cilic performance circa 2017-18 when he was at the peak of his powers, 2014 as well.
Yeah, it's been impressive. Save for the first set where they were both out of sorts and it's a bit breezy, all those sorts of things. Different conditions today, much cooler. Court speed was different, but since then he's just got better and better, Cilic.
think that just sums up the day of Denis Shapovalov.
15 all. Thirty. All.
Oh, yes. He apologises for the neck cord, but there was nothing wrong with the forehand down the line.
And the speed with which he gets here and is on balance when he gets there.
Wait, please.
Excellent.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh.
He is in fine touch, Marin Cilic. Gets an insurance break. Leads 5 games to 2, and on resumption in this third set, he'll be serving for a place in the third round.
Cilic leads by 5 games to 2.
Well, it's a joy to watch, really. You know, it's a 37-year-old, and as you made comment a little earlier, Val, you know, his injury came when he was already in his mid-30s. And so to have the determination to work hard physically, get over the injury, and get back to play at this level, when you've already climbed lots of mountains, you've been number 3 in the world at one stage, and Grand Slam champion, do it all over again is impressive, and he's shone brightly here in sets 2 and 3 today, no question about it.
And he was just, when both weren't finding it in the opening set, he was the one that was a little less erratic, stayed consistent, played to the percentages when he could. And he made the final here 8 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. Pushed Roger Federer to 5 sets that night. Looking to get back to the third round for the 11th time in his career at Melbourne Park. Got to a point in his comeback where Cilic played Kyle Edmund in a Challenger semi-final back in 2024. They met in the semi-finals here 8 years ago. And Edmund has since retired. Cilic has come back and had the fortune to be back at this sort of a level. And my word, is he playing at a good level. Serving display has only gotten better, unbroken since the first set. Finds himself with 3 match points.
Oh.
And it's Marin the Magnificent. The 37-year-old moves through to the third round of the Australian Open for the 11th time in his career with a vintage 6-4, 6-3, 6-2 win over 21st seed Denis Shapovalov.